What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are here with Mr. Matthew, the one and the only, who has gone undefeated tonight with his...
Roaring Moon Darkrai.
Roaring Moon Darkrai. We'll talk about your rounds really quickly and then we'll jump straight into it.
Alrighty, my first round was against Sinky, playing his Dolphins deck. Had a fairly good showing. He has a lot of HP, but Roaring Moon just obviously knocks out. It's pretty good.
Doesn't care about HP.
Yeah, game 2 I actually donked him with a Greninja, which is even better.
His favourite card.
Yeah, round 2 versus Luke with Xian Pao. First game was hectic. It was very, very close. Unfortunately, I managed to take out a Bidoof really early, so he didn't have any draw power, and I just kind of kept rolling throughout that game.
Yep.
Second game was one-sided.
Yeah, cool.
Third round was against Emma with Charizard. First game, I bricked pretty hard. Nearly took it back though. Unfortunately, Charizard has a lot of HP.
Yeah.
I had to use Roaring Moon's attack, which puts 200 damage on itself, so...
Yeah.
Kind of didn't go in my favour. Game 2, I won pretty convincingly. Game 3, unfortunately, she bricked pretty hard, and I went and did what turbo decks do and just took prizes.
Awesome. Well, I'm pretty keen to see what you've got, so let's jump straight into it.
Alrighty, so to start off, we play the bread and butter of this deck, the Roaring Moons. So the first attack lets you basically knock out the opposing Pokemon, and it deals 200 damage to itself. So it's got 230 HP, so it does survive that. Obviously anything will touch it and you'll probably die the next turn, but it gets rid of big threats like Charizard in front of it. Second attack is Calamity Storm, same energy cost, so Dark Colorless. It does 100 damage. You can discard a Stadium in play. If you do, it does an extra 120 damage. So it's 220, which is a magic number against most Vs. Yeah. We play a 1/1 Darkrai V-Star line. Very, very underplayed card at the moment. So Dark Pulses its attack. 30 plus, so it does 30 plus 30 for every single Dark Energy in play. Not just attached to Darkrai, everywhere on the field.
Wow.
And this V-Star ability is Star Abyss. It lets us return 2 item cards from the discard to your hand.
Yeah, right.
So things like your Dark Patches, your Earthen Vessels, your Switch cards, your Energy Switches, everything that you need will just come back to hand when you need it. It's worth mentioning as well the Darkrai V. Its first attack, not so good. Darkness Energy Colorless does 50 damage, terrible. Second attack though does Dark Colorless, 130, and your opponent's Pokemon is asleep. Yeah, so no matter what, don't have to do anything for it, they're just asleep. So I managed to keep Emma's Charizard asleep for a few turns, which really, really swung the tides.
Yeah, awesome.
As for tech cards throughout the deck, we play a Squawkabilly. We want to run to get as many discard energy in the discard as soon as possible. Yep. So Squawkabilly is really good. First turn of the game, you can go Motivate. Squawk and Seize, discard your hand, draw 6. Yep. We play a Radiant Greninja, standard, discard an energy, draw 2 cards.
The foiling on that looks amazing.
Yeah, the Japanese ones. Yeah. And then there's another Japanese card which has no foiling, is Luminion V. Yep. Search for a supporter. Yep. We play the Mew EX, draw up to 3 cards once in a game. You can also attack with genome hacking as well. I'll explain how later in this. We play an Iron Bundle to push out something like if they got 2 prizes on the bench, we want to take that instead of taking out the 1 prize they put in the active. We play a Morpeko, which is one way we can attack with the Mew. So energy, first I'll talk about the ability. If there's no energy attached to Morpeko, it has no retreat costs. So really, really good synergy because we play Dark Patches and stuff, pushing it to the bench. Energizer Wheel for 2 Darkness Energy does 70, which knocks out a lot of things like Dreepies, Charmanders, Bidoofs, everything, basically, every little guy. And you move 2 Darkness Energy attached to him to the bench, so you can put it to that Mew, or you can put it to your Roaring Moon or your Darkrai's to save the energy.
Shift stuff around. Yeah,
that's it. And finally, we play a Flutter Mane, mostly for the ability, so the Midnight Fluttering. So it turns off the ability in your opponent's active. So things like Lugia, if they've only got the Lugia V-Star in the active, it means that they can't use that summoning star to put 2 on the bench, so they have to move it to the bench somehow. Same as with Charizard, if they've got the Rotom in the active, it means that they have to move the Rotom to the bench to be able to use that. And if they're only Charizards in the active and they evolve, well, that ability doesn't trigger, so they don't get that surge.
The energy, cool.
So it's really, it'll catch your opponents off guard. It's mostly there as a tech. It is one that can shift.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so onto the trainer cards now. Most people are going to be pretty shocked with these counts as well. In this deck, we run 5 supporters. We play 4 Professor Sada and 1 Boss's Orders. So what Sada does, I've discussed it before in decks. You choose up to 2 ancient Pokemon in play. You put 1 energy attached to each of them from your discard attached to them, draw 3 cards. Boss's Orders, standard Gust card in the game. That is it for the supporters.
Yep. Okay.
As for trainer cards, we play a Power Pad, get those 5 supporters back.
Yep.
We play a Super Rod to get your Pokemon and energy back. Enhanced Hammer, really, really good against Lugia right now. And Stole as well, actually, because they're only playing special energies. Enhanced Hammer means, though, if they have like a mist energy attached to one of their Pokemon, it means you can get through with Roaring Moon.
Yep.
As well as that, you can turn off their gift energies when you attack as well.
Yep.
We play a couple of switch cards. 2 retreat cards is pretty fat, you don't want to get stuck. Also, you can heal off damage that you put on with Roaring Moon, just in case you need to get out of like range of things like Stabilize.
Yeah.
We play 3 Earthen Vessels, so because we're playing 2 types of water, it's good to search out. Also, discard means you can push those energies to the discard. We play 4 Energy Switch. So Energy Switch means that we can go to Dark Patch to the bench, move it to the active. It also means we activate things like Greninja EX when we want to attack.
Yep.
So you can, with Professor Sada, it doesn't state types of energy you have to put in. It means we can put a darkness and a water, or 2 waters or 2 darkness, but it means that we can activate Greninja in 1 turn. So we go 2 water, energy switch them both onto Greninja, attach to Greninja for turn, then we can attack with Greninja in 1 turn.
Okay.
4 Dark Patch, bread and butter of this deck, attach a Darkness energy from your discard to your bench. Darkness Pokemon, that is.
Yep.
4 Ultra Ball, 4 Nest Ball. I don't have to explain what that is, surely.
They're pretty cruisy.
4 Trekking Shoes, so we're just trying to burn through our deck as quickly as possible. We play 3 Pokestop, more burn cards just to see more of our deck. And 1 Temple of Sinnoh, so that Temple of Sinnoh is another card to get rid of Lugia's, I guess, special energy when you need it.
Yep.
It also just really, really makes things hard for them when they want to attach things like Legacy Energy to be able to use their coloured attacks.
Yep.
And our ace spec of choice is the Prime Catcher.
Awesome.
Pretty standard stuff.
Cool.
And then finally for energy counts, we keep it nice and simple.
Yep.
So we play 7 dark and 3 water. So 10 is pretty good because like when you're constantly seeing Squawkabilly, your Pokestops, you're using Trekking Shoes, the chances of hitting these are really, really, really high. So it's a good count.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, my friend. Do you have any shout-outs?
Just the usuals, the testing group here in Ballarat, the wife Emma, the housemate Ben, and the boys back in SA.
Awesome. Thank you so much, my guy.
No worries.